Studies in psychopathy are thought to engage the frontal lobes and have discovered in brain scans of sociopaths show lower than average activity in this area. Another line of investigation into the roots of psychopathy involves the neurotransmitter serotonin. Conduct disorder and impulsiveness and aggression have been linked with lower than average levels of serotonin in the blood. But the relationship between serotonin levels and behavior is not simple. It is unlikely the brain levels of any neurotransmitter are biological abnormalities in any brain region.
Because that was a big part of how you've been so successful as a serial killer.
Um, if you just want to kill somebody, you gotta be trustworthy, make sure your appearance is okay. You can't go unshaved. They would get in the car. In the vehicle, I had some stuff in it, toys, 8-year-old toys on the dash. It was like a family setting. And she wants to see my ID. I put my finger over my driver's license to hide my name.
At work, Gary was probably my closest friend because we had such a connection. We went through.
On the opposite side was pictures. And a picture of my son.
Psychologists have long tried to understand why some people become serial killers. Is there a genetic component? Is the environment in which the person grows up more to blame for their behavior? Or is it a combination of factors that turn some people into terrifying killers? While every case is different, psychologists have tried to point to a variety of factors that might mold someone into a serial killer. It is important to note that there is no particular cause of serial killing, but the traits that I'm about to mention are common among serial killers. There are biological, social, and psychological underpinnings of this behavior. People that become serial killers are often intrinsically motivated by reasons they consider to be important. Serial killers amongst a variety of demographic groups including people of different races, genders, ages, and religions. Serial killers who are motivated by sex typically begin to sexualize violence within childhood development.
Have you spent much time thinking about that?
About why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know the answers. And I'm pretty sure the answers don't matter. Well, let me ask you this. Did you like or dislike these women?
I didn't know any of them.
That may be as close to truth as we can get, that he had no feelings at all for the women he raped and murdered. Even Jessica Lloyd. He says he does know one thing, that if Williams hadn't been stopped, he wouldn't have stopped himself. After watching the confession, Russell Williams' longtime and loyal friend Jeff Farquhar is now also convinced of that.
It's just shocking is not a word that even comes close. I've had a tough time understanding how he might be portrayed as a serial killer and a sexual predator. But now I realize that he's the worst of the bunch. And to try and understand that, to try and put that in context with Russ, who I've known for close to 30 years, just as I said before, it doesn't add up. And not only does it not add up, but he's a bigger monster than anybody I've heard or read about. And it's, like I say, shocking doesn't even begin to cover it. It's disgusting.
Ted Bundy. Whether Bundy's murders began in 1974, the official calculation or earlier, he claimed to have killed 30, but also confessed to 36 and hinted at many more. This former Boy Scout, crisis counselor, and campaign
Okay, before we go any further, I think it's important to me, and the people believe what I'm saying, to tell you that I'm not blaming pornography and not saying that it caused me to go out and do certain things. And I take full responsibility for whatever I've done and all the things that I've done. That's not the question here. The question and the issue is how this kind of literature contributed and helped mold and shape the kinds of violent behavior.
It fueled your fantasies.
Well, in the beginning, it fuels this kind of thought process. Then, at a certain time, it's instrumental in what I would say crystallizing it, making it into something which is almost like a separate entity inside. And at that point, you're at the verge, or I was at the verge of acting out on these kinds of thoughts.
Now, I really want to understand that.
As such, the study of serial murderers is both highly important and extremely fascinating. The job of a psychologist is to study human behavior, learn how to describe and explain it, predict it, and then control it. The goal is to figure out why this behavior occurs so that it can be controlled. The difficulty, of course, is that serial killing is the result of many different complex processes and experiences. It is a behavior that one could argue will never be controlled. It's not as though decades of psychological research...
When you are out of control, I don't want to ever see my mother have to go through this again. Never, Jeffrey! Jeffrey! I hate you! Mother! I hate you! Jeffrey's out of control! Don't Jeffrey, I kill you! You're gonna kill me! Look at me, motherfucker! I can kill you!
What's your name, son?
I can kill you! You don't have to do it!
God, you have no heart or feelings or love. Let me tell you something. I will think of them every day of my life, and I love them every day of my life. Prison is too good for you. This is hard to say, but may God have mercy on your soul.
Feet away from the man who so brutally took the life of his daughter, Sherelda.
Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forget this clout. Which touched our families, taken my child.
He's looking directly at Madison.